Okay, so I'm planning my imaging session for tonight, and so I got Stellarium up. Let's just fast forward about an hour or two in time. There we go, sun is setting. We're looking north here, watching the sky rotate. And right there, that should be good. This is about 6:30, looking due north. So my targets that I have been working on lately are M78 and the Crab Nebula. And it's a full moon tonight, so check this out. Let's look over to the east, and there's the moon. There's the moon. There's the Crab Nebula right next to it, so that's a no-go. Even with narrowband, I wouldn't shoot that. M78 is down here. Even this distance from the full moon, I would not shoot. Especially because M78 down here, that is a broadband target. You're not going to shoot broadband next to the moon, the full moon. So both of my targets for tonight are out, but it's going to be clear for the first time in, well, a couple weeks. I have some targets in Auriga that I've been working on as well. It's the same story. Flaming Star, that's a narrowband target, and it's just a handful of degrees from the moon. I'm not going to shoot that. So what should I do, guys? Should I just call it a night and stay in? Or should I image off to the west? If I'm pointing way over here, the moon counts for very little, at least when shooting from the city. I could shoot something in Cygnus, but the only target I have an ongoing project for is the Pelican Nebula. There it is, Pelican. And this says its altitude is 56 degrees above the horizon at 6:30. And if we fast forward to like 9:30, I think it was, it's too low. So here we go, 25 degrees altitude, and it's at 9:42. So that's too low. Let's back it up a little bit. Like 9:14, yeah, there we go, 30 degrees. I get, so what was it, from 6:30 to like 9:30, roughly 3 hours. But I need to do my collimation in the sunlight. But when it gets dark, I need to do my PhD2 calibration. I need to do my alignment and all that stuff. By the time my camera is cooled and all that, it might be like 7 or 7:30. So I could probably only get 2 hours on this thing. And it's only getting lower and lower in the sky from night to night. So what if we don't do that one? Another possibility is to do stars. Star clusters are fun. Those are some pretty cool looking objects. Neat targets. So what if we were to go after the double cluster? Double cluster. And it's on a good part of the sky too. Here we go, we could frame it up like this, right, and get both of the clusters in there with my reflector. Star clusters, open or globular, are relatively unaffected by, or almost completely unaffected by light pollution and the moon, because they're just pinpoints of light. Each star has very high signal to noise ratio, or SNR. You're going to soak up that light real easily, and as long as there's no nebulosity that you're going for, you should be good to go. So tentatively, this is my intended target for tonight. Okay, so here is the tentative framing for the double cluster. tonight with my 8-inch reflector and my ASI 1600 mm Pro. It appears on the western side of the sky with the moon, the full moon rising in the east, and so this is an optimum part of the sky to be imaging. And again, there's star clusters, so it's going to be a lot easier to pick up some good data even with the moon there. But what I just thought of doing instead of the reflector, check this out. If you look up here to the top right, I'm going to change the reflector to my refractor. Now the framing just got whiter. Watch this. Reflector, refractor. I could do the reflector, like this framing, it's a little tight, but that would still be fine. But I'm gonna actually go with the reflector, with the refractor, my Explore Scientific ED80 triplet air-spaced apochromatic refractor. So I like this framing, and it's relatively fast. It's an f6, so we'll do this tonight. So we got the holiday decorations up, and off to the east we got the full moon rising. I see the moon rising. It's about as bright as these street lights, but the moon is just far too close to the Crab Nebula for tonight. So we're going after the double cluster. Here's my rig. I got the refractor out so I can go wide field on this double cluster. We got about an HFD of 4.3. That's for my guide scope. And it's just about dark enough to get started.